guess what? It's show number 100.
Hey, the meat glitter make that kitty quiver. Just saying. Check this out.
Steve, let's see your wiener.
When you take your shirt off, does it match your chest hair?
You okay, Ryan?
Yep.
It's a great start. So, even though you're a goddamn idiot,
What's wrong, Ryan?
I didn't like it.
Well,
yeah. No,
well, that was, I don't know which one it was. That one, the music was really loud. I didn't mean to do it that loud, but anyway.
It's all right. Anyways.
All right, everybody. It is Thursday night. This is another edition of Thursday Night BBQ Chat. I am Steve Crass. I am with It's All About the Barbecue. And during the week, you can find me walking the lovely halls and aisles of Wanamakers in lovely, beautiful Downers Grove, Illinois. And the man sitting next to me, as always, the chairman of the board, Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer, Mr. Ryan Hoagland. What's up, Ryan?
Why like that?
What?
Why? Hold on.
What are you doing?
Well, something that whatever you were doing, it messed up. My Instagram feed got messed up, so I'm trying to get it shared out real quick.
Oh, Jesus. So here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're second best because Ryan's got to finish his Instagram feed.
I'm sorry. It was out there, and then it kind of just went away. I don't know what happened.
No, I don't know.
Maybe it was your new intro that messed everything up and just threw me off.
Well, you asked me to do it in 52 seconds. I didn't have time to pick the one that I've been working on because that one was the very last one, and the music was very loud.
I don't think you shared it out to Instagram right now.
You didn't share yours out to Instagram?
Mine is, but Thursday Night Barbecue Chat is not shared out.
What are you talking about? Mine's live right now.
I don't know
Ryan,
why it says.
I don't know what you're doing today, Ryan. You've lost it.
I'm not. I have. It happens. I mean, we're all entitled to have some technical difficulties every now and then.
I know, but with this show, it seems like it's more often than not.
Well,
anyway, if anybody's coming on over from watching Old School with Mark and Ashley, I hope you had a great time watching that great show. This is the end of the day. This is Thursday night, and I don't know how good this show is. It's not going to be as good as Mark and Ashley because they looked like I was watching some of it. They had food, and Mark's always got food. God bless those guys.
Yes. No, we appreciate them. What is going on? I don't get it. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It's yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Are you happy now?
No, I can't hit go live on my Insta. Oh, there it goes. Finally. Welcome in, everybody. It's Thursday Night Barbecue Chat. Here we are. Greg Snyder, good evening. How are we doing? Our guest.
I know Greg was watching Mark and Ashley.
That's awesome.
He always does.
Our guest is probably going, what the hell did I get myself into?
I know I'm sitting here asking, what did I get myself into? I already started the show like 10 minutes ago, and now you're starting it all over again.
It's been 3.5 minutes ago.
No, anyway. Ryan, it's time for our sponsors.
It is time for our sponsors. Let me get them.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
I know our guest is regretting this whole situation.
I know it happens.
Fat Boy Hickman's Barbecue. Backyard barbecue done right. Steak Ager. Next level dry aged steak at home. Spitfire Grills. Built for serious fire. P&L Steaks Grilling Supply Company. Gear for the grill life. Smoky Woods. Real wood flavor for real barbecue.
Yeah. Smoky Woods.
I didn't hear any of it because it wasn't on the screen. But anyways, Smoky Woods. So was Fat Cow Jerky in there?
He's on the first half.
Oh, he wasn't on that one. What about Boar's Night Out?
That's on the first one. That'll be in our second half of the show.
It'll be our second half. Well, anyway, before we even get to those are two of our sponsors, and they are offering, if you go to boarsnightout.com or Fat Cow Jerky and you do barbecue chat 10, you should receive 10% off your order only on Boar's Night Out products. And of course, Fat Cow Jerky. Look at our guest left. He's like,
The guest
"Screw
left
this."
us. He's like, this is terrible.
Screw
I'm
this
out of here.
I don't know what happened to him. But
Yeah.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen. So I like
Supposed
that.
to have. Who are we supposed to have tonight?
Well, we were supposed to have somebody else. We were supposed to have Barbecue Friend on. He texted he had some kind of work thing that he had to get done, and so he couldn't make it. So I reached out to Ty Cranmore with Fat Ox Barbecue, and he graciously accepted, unless he ran away, because I don't see him in the green room. I don't know what happened to him. But he probably saw the first half of the show, part of the show, and Ryan's attitude, and he probably said, I am out of here.
Why is it always my attitude? It's not always my attitude.
Well, I know, but you were. Is he down there? Ty, are you down there? Are you there? Ty, are you there? There it is. There is Ty from Fat Ox Barbecue. I don't know what happened to him.
Might have to send him a message here and see.
I don't know if I can. Problem is I'm in Instagram.
You what?
I'm in Instagram. Let me see what happened.
Oh, are you on Instagram on your phone?
Well, yeah, that's so I can see the other screen because I can't see the.
Oh, you do have a nice monitor that somebody gave you that you could set up.
It's sitting right over here. I haven't figured out how to hook it up yet.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, welcome in. I know we got Greg. Oh, we got my good buddy Donnie. How we doing there, sir? Welcome.
Hey,
in.
Donnie.
Yeah.
He's responding, so he's somewhere.
Oh, he's somewhere.
Oh, he says he's there. Hold on a second.
He might have to leave and come back. We've got to. Oh, nope. He's left. Greg says, Mark and Ashley were talking all about NBBQA conference that's starting on Wednesday. I'm bummed that I'm going to miss it this year. Well, first off, we hope your health issues get better, whatever they are. But yeah, that sucks. You're going to miss it. Fine. It happens, but we wish for the best and pray for a good outcome, whatever's going on. Could I answer a scam call right now? Scam call.
Who's it from? Oh, here we go. Wait.
Oh,
So everybody, so I reached out to Bob Barbecue Friend, and he had a work thing he couldn't do, and so I reached out to Ty over there at Fat Ox Barbecue, and lo and behold, he probably had never seen the show, and he said yes right away. So anyway, let's bring Ty on. Let's get Ty. Ty,
how you doing?
Can
you guys hear me? Everything good?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you are great. Welcome to the show, sir. Thanks for filling in and being here with us tonight.
Absolutely.
seems to be the night of technical difficulties. Ryan had technical.
Yeah, I don't know. It was something with my Bluetooth. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Fixed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Ryan
the best.
Ryan fixed his situation and knocked you out. I'd see how.
Yeah. It happens.
It does. It does.
All right.
So Ty, let's introduce yourself. Let's hear about Fat Ox Barbecue.
Yeah, I'm Ty Cranmore. I have Fat Ox Barbecue. I've been doing barbecue for a while. I don't know. I've been doing competitions since like 2018, 19. But I really kind of went all in on the open fire thing, and that's kind of what's taking off right now.
Everything's going.
Yeah. Fireball Charcoal. They kind of picked me up, and we've been doing a bunch of events and stuff with them, and it just kind of keeps taking off. And I just got into the open fire at Memphis in May. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What did you like? Cool. What did you like different about the open fire versus the regular competition? Is it just more you're constantly doing stuff, or is it just?
How honest can I be on this show?
You could be as honest. You can be as honest as you want. There's only 3
All right,
people.
screw it. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Like doing competitions and stuff, I never really fit in very well because I've always been like big offset cooker. I've always had to stay up all night cooking, stay up all night feeding the fire. And at competitions, this is where it's going to offend a few of the easy bake oven guys. You know, they like to get their sleep and they like to wake up and turn on their pellets, and I'd still be listening to music and feeding a fire. And I honestly the live fire thing's a totally different feel, and everybody was like kind of like me that way, like just feeding fires all night. So it kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know, it just took off. It felt like a good fit, and everybody that kind of brought me into the open fire world, it was a good fit. I have a blast doing it.
Takes it back to that offset smoking feel for a guy, where you're it's not just a hot and fast.
Yeah. I've always kind of built my own cookers, whether it was offsets or these fire tables, whatever I'm building. I've always kind of built my own stuff and cooked on my own stuff. So everything that I've always cooked on has always been like either mesquite firewood, oak firewood, whatever, but it's always been firewood. You know, it just kind of, I have fun doing it with just old fire. Like stick burning is just my fun thing. I started making beer too, and I wanted to make beer from start to finish, grind the grain, do everything. And that's kind of how I was with the barbecue too. I just wanted to do everything old school.
Oh.
Who got you hooked on the open fire? Was it just from watching videos, or did you go and
you know, Big Hav. You guys know Javi? So I went out to California. This was back, it's got to be like 10 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I went out to California to a Beaumont competition where they had a live fire, open fire demo going, and Javi was out there cooking a whole steer. And I was honestly just going out there to kind of show a couple of the boxes that I build these direct heat boxes, and I was bringing a few of those out there. Met up with that crew, and everybody was like, dude, just jump in and help out. So I ended up cooking the whole steer with Javi all night and his guys, and kind of was just a blast. And then the next day they pulled out fire tables and they asked if I could run the fire table. I said, yeah, no problem. So did that. And then Fireball came out and asked if I would go out to Hondo and do their booth for them. So ended up going out there. We kind of made a big splash out there. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they did a big African oryx.
No, I did. Ryan, look that up.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Look on the Instagram. It was pretty badass.
Hey, Richard,
we were literally like, we got out there, and I kind of get weird. And the ranch we were on, they had a bunch of cattle, and they were cutting balls. And I've always deep fried balls. It's kind of been my thing. And we were all standing around the fire, and I was feeding everybody Rocky Mountain oysters. And there was a couple of guys that were they had an exotic animal farm. And he asked me if I wanted to put something badass up there, and I said, yeah. And next day he rolled in with a African oryx. So I gutted it and skinned it and quartered it all up and hung it up there, cooked it whole. You know,
is that the thing that you had in the picture that you sent me? Is that the?
Yeah.
Wow. You're talking about Big Hav doing the. I got to get him on the show because I know Al Fergoni talked about.
Hav's awesome. Yeah.
How did he cook the whole steer? I mean, was it on that like
the big cross? Yeah. So Javi builds that big cross, and it's badass. That whole thing like goes up and down. It spins over and it spins this way. So like you build a big fire under it, and you just kind of control the fire and move it around. And it's a long cook. I mean, you're talking a 20-hour cook, but you're just moving it around and keep basting it the whole time and doing everything with that. But it's a blast. It's just a long cook.
See if you can find that too, Ryan. I want to see a picture of that. I want to see a picture of a
Look
big
up,
steer or something.
Hondo, he's done the steer. We did the steer in Beaumont, and I think they did. Well, Mel did the big steer up in Canada too.
Richard says kind of like how you cook a goat.
Yeah, it's like a big, like huge cross, and you just wired the whole thing.
Because the steer is pretty damn big. That's why I was asking.
It was about 650, 700 pounds.
Holy cow, Ryan! That's like almost like you a little bit.
Yeah. Burn. You gonna let him burn you like that?
I've lost weight. Thank you very much.
I got to test to see if he's actually paying attention. It looks like he's watching the final, like,
I'm
NCAA.
trying to get the pictures.
You just asked him to pull it up.
Right. I'm like, you want me to ask me to pull it out on live TV? And I'm like, hey.
Wow, I know. Hey, I don't want you to pull it out on live TV right now.
Gosh. Well, what's happening with this show? But
Yeah, so out in Honda, we ended up cooking that African oryx. We cooked 2 whole hogs, like 28 pork butts, a whole tomahawk rib roast. We did a whole bunch out there.
is that the Open Fire 2025? Is that the
Yeah.
stream?
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
be that, yeah.
I mean, the pictures.
Because I personally like
this for size.
You know what's crazy? We ended up eating a lot of that African oryx raw.
Ew, raw.
Yeah. Yeah, I had all the back straps I had taken out, and I had them all cut into nice, like, medallion steaks, and I was going to cook them that way. And the South African team came over, the Donkey Long Tongs guys, and they're like, "No, you gotta eat it raw." We all kind of looked at them like, "You're crazy, man." They started slivering it off super thin, and you'd season it, and you'd eat it. It was like sushi cuts, little sushi cuts. Yeah, and then Joe from Yoder Smokers, he came over and started slicing it up. And then by the time we realized, we had probably 100, 125 people in the tent all eating. I think we ended up going through about 30 pounds of backstrap and tenderloins, all raw.
Well, this is the steer then, right?
That's the steer, yeah.
I say the picture's kind of. I mean, it's huge. Don't get me wrong, but it probably doesn't do it the justice.
Yeah, the picture's not doing it justice. But I mean, if you think about that, I mean, I bet you that thing's like 8 feet tall or something like that.
Did you find the oryx?
Yeah. Well, I found I grabbed this one. I'm trying to grab some.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's
look
a
at
bunch
that
of,
one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab one with before it was skinned.
Richard was asking how long does it take to cook it?
We put that thing on about 6, 7 o'clock the night before, and we were starting to cut like finished pieces off of it probably about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. Well, why did they say that you eat that thing raw?
The South African team, the team Donkey Long Tongue guys, it's native over there, and they just came over and said this is how you're supposed to eat it. And it actually tasted really clean. It wasn't gamey. There was no weird taste. It was a really lean animal. It was a good flavor.
I mean, you're still here.
The only one I can find here.
Yeah. There it is.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
I like how Steve and both of our heads are like, oh, look at that.
We're like trying to look at the poor little thing. I'm looking at an Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he brought that thing to me with a bullet in the back of its head.
It's just like, here, you want to cook this?
That's how I got it.
Is that like? I mean, is that how barbecues go? Like up here, they're like, "Hey, I brought these steaks. Can you throw them on the grill for me?" It's like, here.
I was so pumped when he said he was going to bring it. I was waiting like all day, and I used to butcher a lot of big game back home. I was born and raised in Montana, so I had a summer job or a winter job working at a butcher shop, and that's all we cut up was big game. So that thing to me was like a big antelope.
Yeah,
I think it's like.
That's what I thought it was at first. What is it? It's an oryx.
Oryx.
Okay.
Yeah. And out in Texas, there's all kinds of ranches that have those exotic animals.
I think it's when we did the.
Yeah. It was just dumb luck the way I got it, and it ended up going really well. We had a great showing out there.
I think when we did the ostrich egg, it came out of Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of land down there. They can raise all different sorts of stuff.
Yeah, the guy that got it to us, it's MB Exotics on Instagram, and his name's Monty. He was cool as hell, and he hooked us up with it. He just brought it to me, but super cool dude. I want to meet up with him again next time.
Did he know? I mean, did he know you, or did he know you like
No.
your charcoal company or something? Or I mean,
No.
he
He was just hanging out eating cow balls, man. So like I had the grill set up, and he looked at it, and he's like, "You want to put something badass up there?" I said, "Hell yeah, I do." He showed me a picture, and the next day he rolled in with it. He called me. He called me. He's like, "Hey, where do you want me to shoot this thing?" I said, "Man, if you could put one in the back of the head, that'd be perfect." 20 minutes later, he comes rolling in with it.
So I mean, it was a fresh kill.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Holy
Yep.
cow!
Pretty wild.
See? So I'm telling you, Ryan, there's a lot of things that can happen over cow balls. You
That's
never know
right.
what you get.
So everybody keeps asking me, "How did that happen?" I'm like, well, it's kind of a weird story, but it's how it happened.
I'm gonna grab this picture too. I don't do that.
Come on, Ryan, you can do it. You can do
I'm
it.
getting there, Steve.
I know. I'm rooting for you.
Rootin' tootin'.
Rooters and Tutors. They were on. They were on a couple
Wow,
shows.
that's an old show.
I'm trying to think about a question now because.
Shoot him. Whatever you want to ask.
Well, Richard said
Here's the one. I want
a
this
lot of
knife.
hunting ranches.
Look at this knife.
Now that's
Hey.
odd.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Look at that thing.
Yes.
Now, whose is that? I mean, is that like your own
That's
specialty?
a spaceman knife.
Oh,
So-
spaceman.
See how it's all chipped up?
Yeah.
This is the knife. Dude, I didn't go out there with any butchering equipment or anything. So I hacked its whole pelvis apart with this knife, and I chipped it up a bit. So the spaceman was next to me out there, and I told him, "Hey, I got this animal showing up. You want to get me a knife to go out and take care of it?" And they brought me this big bad boy right here.
Oh,
Jesus.
looking knives.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And what is this? Is this the
That's
heart?
its
or is that
nutsack. That's its
that's why
nutsack.
I was hoping it was the
Yep.
heart. But
Yep, that's Big Dick Rick's nutsack.
Well, it's kind of his heart, Ryan. I mean,
We ate his heart.
yeah. Well, Spaceman's Knives is going to be on. They're going to be on the show April 30th, right?
Are they? Those guys are cool as hell. So I met those guys out there, and I'm actually one of their ambassadors now. So, but those
Nice.
guys, they're one of the coolest couples out there, and their knives are awesome.
Funny part is I saw them at the shed, and I just walked right past it, and I didn't even pay attention that they were.
Oh, really?
I was too busy roaming around that I didn't even think about. Well,
Yeah.
you don't have a Facebook group, do you?
I don't have a group now.
Yeah, and see, what the problem Ryan will know, and anybody who owns a Facebook group know, is that if you're not careful, you get invaded by Damascus knife salesmen. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
so now it's like I'm like, whenever I see a knife person, I'm like, I just kind of want to be like, all right.
That's what I liked about them, because like right before I went out to Hondo, I was getting like, it seemed like every day I was getting some random knife company like, "Hey, you want to buy these knives? Hey, can we send you these knives? Can we get you these knives?" I was like, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how there's so many. Where they come from? There's so many.
I don't know.
It's like out of nowhere they come from.
Yeah. But I've actually like I've been using the Spaceman ones for a long time, so it was just kind of weird that we hooked up out there. But I love their knives.
Huh. Well, maybe we'll get.
I
a
always
space-
everybody always has dial strongs. That's what I started with. But I honestly, their quality is the same or better, and I honestly like those guys are just awesome people. So
I was I just bought Dahlstrom. I've
did
never
you?
I've never bought a knife set for myself of nice quality. And I was going back, you're right. Everybody says Dahlstrom for so long.
Yeah.
I said the first knife I'm going to buy is going to be a Dahlstrom. So I bought it, and I love my knife set.
Yeah.
Everybody's now these Spaceman knives.
See, and I love the black knives, like that black series through Dahlstrong, and then with Spaceman's black ones, those dark matter ones, those are my favorite ones ever.
Yeah. I think the one that he had when I was buying them, the one that I wanted was out of stock. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going Dahlstrom. But
Yeah.
well, let's see how it goes. But so Fat Ox Barbecue, where's the name come from?
So the brand, you can see the OX Bar brand.
Yeah.
That's my grandpa's ranch back in Montana, and Fat Ox. I guess I'm fat, and you know I'm an ox, so it just kind of fit. I kind of had a buddy that was doing it with me when I first started, and then kind of went away from that. But yeah, I liked the name and it fit, and we came up with the logo. I liked it. Yeah, so I'm sticking with it.
So we were talking in the green room before the thing. I didn't realize you'd had products, but when did the products
Yeah.
come along? Did that come like
Uh
before Open
there it
Fire,
is.
or is that?
No, it was about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I've always had my sauce when I did competitions and stuff, and honestly, like it started, my sauce was a Sweet Baby Ray's base, and I always added all my stuff in. Well, then when I wanted to actually make it, and I started dealing with the co-packer, and they're like, if you want to use the Sweet Baby Ray's, we got to list it on it, or you need to break down and come up with your own recipe. Well, the base was Sweet Baby Ray's, but the additions I had was like this stack of additions, and so I took like a whole week and just I looked like a crack dealer with all the scales and all the stuff, kind of building my own. But once I got it where I wanted it, it was right where I needed it to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've won brisket with it. I've won chicken with it. I've won ribs with it. Beef rib with it. Trying to think. My dog's probably going to yell now. Somebody's coming home. But
I thought you
yeah,
said
and,
you start talking brisket and beef.
yeah. But yeah, it's just been a good solid sauce, and I put it out there a couple of years ago, and my buddy that goes out with me to a lot of these events, he owns a butcher shop, and so he sells a lot of it out of there, and we have it set up online now. You can buy it online. Trying to get it in a lot more stores right now. That's my goal.
Yeah, you go to fatoxbarbecue.com.
Yeah. There it is.
I
And if you go on there, you're going to see, you guys probably can't come down here for April 18th, but I have a huge festival going.
Yeah, I would. That's what, to be honest with you, that's what caught me into following you, was that I saw the Fat Ox Fest, and then I had so many questions. I'm like, oh, I got to get him on the show, but we're scheduled out until like May. So I'm like, I ain't going to ask him now. I'll have to wait till after. And then when it opened up, when Barbecue Friend couldn't make it, I was like, oh, I'm going to reach out to Fat Ox and say, because I want to know more about what made you want to do your own little, thing.
Chilies and Smoke, Brad, him and I have been talking since we got back from Hondo. He's here in Phoenix too. And him and I were both just kind of feeling like, man, we need to do more barbecue festival, open fire style festival type cooks out here. Because really, Arizona doesn't have a big barbecue scene as far as competitions and stuff. And there's a lot of fun barbecue competitions, but it's typical barbecue competitions just. And truly, part of the open fire thing for me is you get to go and you get to see everything. Everything's being cooked in front of you. It's a live experience. It's not like you go as a spectator to a barbecue competition. All these teams are keeping their grills closed.
Yeah.
You don't get to see anything, and it's like some of them participate in People's Choice, some of them don't. But you don't get to experience like a good live fire type deal. And after going out to Hondo and doing some of these events, like we just got back from Houston 2 weeks ago. I leave next week for Louisiana to do another one. But these open fire things are just so much more fun, and everybody gets to be a part of it. It's more engaging with the people. So we just kept talking. We wanted to do it. Well, I made a couple calls, and things just kind of started snowballing. And before I knew it, like the Fat Ox Fest kind of grew some legs. And now I'm going to have, it's looking like it's going to be pretty gnarly.
Nice. I got on Instagram. I got I'm going to mess up the guys. The guys. Sun Sofember Smokehouse. When is that festival? So what is the
It's
exact
April
date?
18th, and it's in Cave Creek. The Roadhouse Bar, they're the ones that are hosting it. Roadhouse Bar, that's like one of the gnarliest bars in North Phoenix, Cave Creek area. They're a huge biker bar. They host Bike Week. Bike Week is the week before. It's a 10-day event, and it's huge. So the following week after Bike Week is our festival, and it's hosted at their facility in their parking lot, and it's a pretty big parking lot. So going to have the live music. They're opening the whole parking lot to where they can serve alcohol and the whole thing, so everybody can get drinks. There'll be 25 teams competing in the ribs. Some of them are competing in the wings competition, and then there's the People's Choice competition too. And then on top of that, so that's just the competition side. So those competition will kind of be on the perimeter. On the inside, we're going to have a demo, live fire demo corral, and then also a VIP tent. And I have 2 open fire chefs just doing the VIP area. So everybody that gets VIP tickets, it's all you can eat food inside the corral. And those 2 chefs will be just doing their specialty dishes. And then when I'll have all the open fire cookers kind of just throwing out samples for all the public. Everybody, you can get food tasting tickets, and you can use them at the open fire booths, or you can use them with the teams to get People's Choice samples. But yeah, that open fire corral, we're going to have Big Hav, sounds like he's going to be there. We got La Porca Nostra, he's coming out of Florida. Carla De Lorenzo out of Florida, the Empanadas, she's going to be there. I got, there's a whole list of them. I got Renzo out of Peru. I got Juan De La Cruz out of Australia. Big Chili Grillers out of Texas. We're going to have, I got Anthony from Eric's Family Barbecue here. Those guys, they ranked 3rd on Yelp for best barbecue 2 years ago, but he's going to be there doing a whole hog cook too. My team that was with me in Hondo, I'm going to have them there doing just sampling for the public. So it's going to be really cool. We've got a pretty stellar lineup of cookers coming. Captain Ron out of Florida, he's bringing some iguana.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. The way it's looking, it's going to be a pretty awesome setup. And I like it because people are going to be able to experience a little bit of the competition side and a little bit of the live fire demo side. There'll be live music. Everybody's going to have a blast. So
how do the international teams find out about the fest? I mean, is it in a, or they
I cooked with them out in Hondo, and Hondo. Did you guys go, or have you been there?
We didn't go.
Okay.
We kind of seen it. I knew it was like the open, open fire.
I'm telling you right now, if you get an opportunity to go to that, any one of those. So Al's putting on the open fire in Memphis in May, and he's got 15 teams there. That's going to be awesome. But Hondo was just, I mean, the experience there was insane. It was crazy. And all the different teams, there was 28 teams from 23 different countries, I think it was.
Well, we got, I know we got on, Ryan, I was telling Ryan about it, but April 9th, we got, maybe you saw him when you were at Hondo. We got Fuego del Norte is going to be on the show. They're from Germany, and they're an open fire team. So I think they were on it. Did you meet him?
I met him. Yep.
They're gonna be on the show to talk open fire over there in Europe and stuff like that. And
yeah, I think I was stumbling through a field one night and ended up in their tent. Yeah. Everybody out there, so that whole experience was like unbelievable experience just going out there. Al put on such a cool experience. The ranch, Davy Jones's ranch out there, that Quail Run Ranch. That place was so awesome, and the host was, everything about it was just such a cool experience from start to finish. They took care of all the cooks and the teams. Like, we got there, I think, on Tuesday. I didn't end up leaving until the following Tuesday. And it was just like, first couple days, all the stuff that they had for all of us cooks to go and experience, and all the other teams from all over the world doing what they were known for, and putting on classes and the seminars and the drinks and the food, and unbelievable experience. It was awesome.
Well, speaking of awesome, we're in our second half of the show real quick, and I just got to drop our other sponsors for the second half of the show real quick, so we'll be right back.
Do it.
Melinda's Hot Sauce, bold heat and flavor. Boar's Night Out, championship level barbecue rubs. Blues Hog, legendary sweet heat barbecue sauce. Marble Ridge Farms, premium quality meats. Fat Cow Jerky, big flavor for serious snacking. And OG Bandits, bold rubs with barbecue attitude.
Wow, right. It's almost like we're a professional show when we do this.
Melinda's put on a show out there too in Honda.
Melinda's always puts on a show.
Yeah.
I've watched some of their stuff, and they're just fun people.
They brought the fire from California. They had Chuck's Flavor Train and Tone TFTI. Those guys, they had such a cool setup. That trailer they were working out of, TMG Pits built that whole trailer, and it was unbelievable. But yeah, they put on a good show. Those guys did really good, and Melinda supported that whole event really good. I think all of us left with bags of samples
of stuff. They are, I work at Wanamaker's, which is a garden center, but I run the barbecue department there. And after we had David on the show a year ago, April, so I brought in the Melindas, and they are probably one of the greatest companies as far as in all the years I've been doing retail to work with. They're just so very easygoing. They're just, I mean,
they commented on one of my Fat Ox Fest posts asking if we needed sauce. I said, hell yeah, but I haven't heard back.
Well, I'll reach out to them. I'm sure they'll
yeah.
Is Al, I mean, you got Al, is Al coming to the Big Ox Fest?
No, so he put out a promo video for us. He was out in Houston with us there when I was cooking a couple weeks ago. So he shot a couple videos for the Fat Ox Fest for us. But no, he won't be there. I wish he would, but I think he's probably got his hands full right now.
He's probably got, with Memphis and May coming. Oh, you know what? I think I reached out to him to be a guest to talk about, and he mentioned something he wasn't in the country, so he may have left after Houston and the Ace show and all that other stuff. He may have.
I know he had that one out in Key West. They all went to the next week.
Yeah, I know they went to Key West, but he said he was out of the country. Whether that he was just trying to get rid of me, I don't know. But it's always entirely possible. But he's actually a pretty nice guy and honest. But but it could be. I don't know if he goes back to Argentina for a little bit or whatever.
I know he's doing a lot of traveling right now. I know there's some events that are in the works right now that are going to be pretty big. So.
But I have to agree with you, and I know what Ryan and I had a bunch of people from like Famous Dave to other people last year, and we would talk about barbecue in general, and we got into the whole Smoke Slam and Memphis and May type of thing, but it's it's kind of what you were saying. We were all kind of saying the same thing, and you just said it without us prompting you to say it. Barbecue has become a closed door.
Yeah.
As far as a fan spectator thing, there's not a lot to see. I mean, people aren't outside. I mean, they only come out so often to check their briskets, and everything's electronic now, so you don't even have to really temp it. It tells you inside the trailer.
From the start, when I started doing barbecue competitions, what really drew me in was the People's Choice, and I always did really well. I've won a handful of People's Choice, but I have so much fun dealing with the people. And so my big 500-gallon smoker, I built that thing from scratch, and we call it the party barge. So you walk up on it, and one side's all countertop and the other side's a 500-gallon pit. And that thing did so good for People's Choice because you're up there cooking and the people are standing there right there getting served off of it. And it was always such a cool experience for the people. And I kind of figured, like, most of these other, like, I pull that thing right up, and that is my show. Like, I put that whole tent up, and you're walking right up to it, so you get to see a whole bunch. And what I noticed is a lot of people, they don't really put what they're doing out on display, whether it's secrets or whatever, but I've never been that way. I just love hanging out with the people and having a good time. And that's where the open fire really kind of fit me because, you're standing there cooking with the people. Everything's open. You're seeing it, you're smelling it, you're feeling it. And like I've been to competitions where you're walking through wanting to see stuff and people are like kind of hiding away from you. They don't want to open the grill. And the other thing too is a lot of those guys go to those competitions because they're chasing points and money, and they're only cooking for the judges, so they really don't give a shit about the people. And for me, I like interacting with the people, especially, and I have other businesses that I hate dealing with the public, but barbecue is a different world, and people don't get mad when you're eating. They don't get mad when you're cooking barbecue. Everybody's having a great time. It's like I'm selling flooring, people hate me, but when I'm selling barbecue, everything's all good.
Well, maybe you should, when you're going in to sell flooring, maybe you should come in with the slab.
I sold the flooring company like 6 months ago to do barbecue.
That's good. I was going to say, maybe
I told you I hated it.
With each person you see, walk in with a slab of ribs, and that might change. Yeah,
that's what I was doing.
So we're here to talk about your flooring, but have you tried this stuff?
Yeah.
Have you tried this sauce? Yeah. It's not the best sauce. But
it's not the best, but it says right here, pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. What do you think is the best sauce? I don't think there really is a best sauce.
I don't think there is one. I think everybody leans so hard into being the best. I'm just leaning into being not the best.
I love it. It's perfect.
It's working.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know it as well as I. I mean, that's the problem to me with barbecue and judging and all that. Everybody's palates are so different. Everybody's got a different.
That's the hardest thing.
Everybody's got the biggest thing. I mean, I think barbecue, anything barbecue should have some kind of a bite to it. It should have a little bit of heat to it. It should have a little. But there's others. It's like it's too hot. I can't eat.
I learned when you're going region to region and having to change your flavor profile, that's when I was like, I'm getting frustrated with this because I turn in something that I'm like, hey, that texture, everything was spot on, that was good, and you get like 18th, and it's like,
how? Are you doing it on the texture and the flavor of the rib, or are you doing it on the
how do you even know? Like, I don't get how some of the people that are super consistent at winning this stuff, like how'd you figure out getting your flavor profile perfect to keep hitting those spots? Because I don't know. It just seems
for wherever they're going.
And it's getting so crazy. I mean, you look at how many different rubs and how many different sauces and how many different injections and all the different steps and layering and everything that these people are doing. And people don't understand either. That stuff that they're turning in, you can't go and eat a whole meal of that. It's so over flavored. Like, yeah, it's going to give you a pop, but that's what I like. Like, I like just cooking for the people. Like, and that's where I would go into a competition and I'd do really well on People's Choice and then be like middle of the pack with the judges, and I'd get frustrated. Like, what the hell? Like, I did really well with the people. What the hell am I doing wrong?
Yeah, well,
I thought they were good.
Well, most competition people will tell you, and Ryan knows because he's been in classes at the store with the competition. Half of them don't eat the barbecue that they cook in competition because they're cooking it for it's got so many phosphates and this and all this other stuff in it. They don't cook that. That's what I want to go. That's why when Dirk and Jody from the Rib Cook-Off Association was on, and they said that there are no profiles. It's anything goes. And it's like, man, I just like to sit around. I would like to taste the ribs that Heath Bryles cooks for his barbecue, like a memorial
for the people.
That's what I want to cook, or Mark Lambert, or anybody that's Loot and Booty, any of them that cook for competition. I want what they're serving their family. That's the ribs.
Loot and Booty did a class at my shop with us. We teamed up and did a shop class at my shop. And cool. I had the same conversation with him because I told him I get frustrated, and I've done several comps with him, and he's an awesome dude too. He's pretty open to share with you. But he said the same thing. Like, he totally agrees. Like, you can't go and eat that meal. You can't go and eat very much of that. And like I said, I want to cook what I want to serve to the people. I want it to be stuff you can eat. And I just got really tired of trying to chase that. I just didn't fit.
The different flavors. So how do you feel when you're cooking open fire and you see these people watching it and just watching their faces and stuff like that? Because to me, I get mesmerized when I watch the open fire stuff.
So 2 weeks ago at Houston Rodeo, I did a whole hog on that octagon. That thing turned out so perfect. I know there's a video on it if you pull that thing up, but that was probably one of the coolest open fire cooks, because in Houston where I was cooking, I was just doing their VIP booths in the back.
Yeah.
And the lines came right past it. So that whole hog probably had hundreds of videos and pictures, just because people were able to come and stand by it, take a picture. And again, like I said, you don't get that when you're closing a barbecue or shutting the doors on the barbecue. So the people that were coming by it was awesome seeing the response from them.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you. I mean, I think barbecue, I'm so excited about Memphis in May this year, because I just kind of want to see how the whole open fire meetup meets the tradition of Memphis in May, and how they can get the two to go together. And
it's going to be awesome.
Because I mean, like you, I mean, I love barbecue and I love the competitions, and we have our barbecue heroes and everything else. But I have noticed that, I mean, it's just not a fan participation sport as much as it may have used to be.
Yeah. When you go through Memphis in May, this open fire concept, I know Al's going to do this awesome. He's just really good at it. But for a spectator walking through an event that he holds, like it's extremely like hands-on, if you will, for the public. And the food that's coming off is so good, and there's so many different styles of cooking on the open fire. I mean, those Argentinian teams, the flavors they're pulling off, and then the German teams, the Australian teams, South African teams, all these different teams that just keep pulling like different stuff off the grill for everybody to try. And you're right there. It's like literally coming off the grill. These people are building it. You're getting it. It's a total different feel, though. I mean, like the open fire barbecue, you're not getting the people that are doing injections. And I mean, typical like Argentinian cooks, you're putting a little bit of salt on them and they're cooking them. You watch them do their burrito goats and stuff like that. I mean, it's very light on seasoning, really just salt and flames and stuff. But the stuff that they make out of it, and the tacos, the sandwiches, the chimichurris, all the sauces, like, it's pretty cool.
I love empanadas. You mentioned empanadas, and
empanadas were fire. And Carla, she is. What was cool out in Hondo, there was this discos that was probably 5 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
And I think they made 800. I think she said 800 empanadas on that thing. So they cooked all the meats. They took all the meat off, put it in coolers, cooled it off, filled that thing up with lard, and then everybody could go up. And Carla did the whole demonstration on how to fold them and how to twist them and get them all perfect. And then you put them in there, and it was all had a fire under it. It was like hands-on. You cooked your own empanada. You pulled it out. There were sauces. There was everything. You broke it open. You ate it. It was awesome. Like, you're right there doing it with them.
Well, and seeing that's it. And seeing that's the big difference between the barbecue competition and that. I mean, they don't have.
It's a total different experience.
They don't have a lot of things where people can do something. I mean, as long as it's supervised or whatever and everything. I mean, people should be able to do that. Now, I take I can't just blame the barbecue people, because I blame the public as well, because it's like, you have to understand that if you're going to go and you're going to go do the empanada pot or whatever, and it's hot oil or it's whatever it is, or it's hot just in period, and oil splashes on your hand and you might get a little burn, you can't go and sue the thing or whatever, because that's what causes everything to be, well, sorry, now we can't have you near. That's part of the fun. I mean, that's what the pit masters, they get burnt. They do.
Well, and that was the cool thing there too. Like the first 2 days, the way it was set up, it was for the cooks. It was like an experience for the cooks. So that was really cool. And then on the public day, it got a little bit more like reined in to where all of our cooking stuff was kind of behind little fenced off area, whatever, in our booths and stuff. It was reined in a bit, but the public was still able to come like right up. I mean, we were cutting slabs off of that oryx off the grill and handing it to people with our tongs. So it was like, you're right there, and people were taking pictures with that thing. I think that animal probably had more airtime than anything. We had it set up cool. It had a cigar in its mouth, and it looked good. It was good for pictures.
A cigar in its mouth.
Yeah,
Did you have this so the cigar would smoke every once in a while, or was it?
Yeah. I had to replace the cigar the next morning because that one was getting worn out.
I just think it's neat. I just think, and then you can, once you get it down and you can start incorporating packages to where you could have groups of so many people come in and make their own empanadas or work on the open fire grills or something like that, where they sign waivers to where it's like, dude, if you burn your hand off, it's your own fault because you didn't pay attention. You know what I mean? But I think it's just I just think it's the start of a very cool concept. And I hope that the traditionalists kind of,
I truly believe I truly believe you're going to see open fire keep taking off right now.
Oh, I think so too, because I think it's a fun. I think the way Al has presented it to everybody and everybody has done it. I mean, that Hondo thing, like I said, I mean, to me, it's like a barbecue Woodstock. I mean, it just sounds, when you hear stories from anybody that I've talked to and all the people that were there in the different countries. I mean, we had Malcolm Reed was on the show, and he was talking about how amazed and how much he loved the fact that he wasn't really cooking, so that he could go and he could experience all the different countries and all the different.
He ate some of the oryx.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he like it?
He liked it. Yeah.
Oh, look at That's good.
That's awesome.
That's good. See, barbecue people just have fun. That's what I think.
Yeah, even Malcolm he did a podcast live while he was out there, and he was talking about how open fire was like really kind of changing everything because of the whole experience being totally different from what traditional barbecue competitions are. And I'm never going to shit on barbecue competitions because I think they're great. It's just that it's different, you know?
Yeah, there's just a different. I think there has to be an element if you want barbecue to grow and continue to grow, especially in this day and age. I think you have to have more of where fans and people actually get to see more of what's going on or taste. I mean, I would love that you would have like you were saying, if you could at Memphis in May, if you could buy a VIP package, and I know somebody I think talked about it. They came into the store and said they had bought something where they got to go into this VIP tent and they got to try but you didn't know some ribs and some other stuff, but you didn't get to know who it was from. But it would be nice if you were able to find a way to mix that into where if you did a VIP experience, you could taste Heath Riles' ribs, or you could Blues Hog's whole hog, or the Shed's whole hog, or you could get some of the top 5 or the top 10 winners or whatever.
I truly think like I would say in like 3 to 5 years, the open fire game is going to be insane. And
I think so too.
I believe there's going to be a lot of like around the country events that people can go to, and I really think like it's going to get leveled up pretty big to where you'll be seeing a lot of the bigger guys are moving into it. I can promise you that. I mean, you can go look at Blackstone's like Santa Maria style open fire cooker right now. I mean, those are in Costco now, and 2 years ago you wouldn't have found that in there. And
no,
and
I'm sure
I think right now, like Al has done an awesome job promoting it, but I think now that it's out there, it's just going to keep taking off because it's such a fun way to cook, man. I mean, you get a family get together even. Like I got my Santa Marias that I built, and it's so much more fun to have all your stuff out there cooking like that and people eating off the grill. The experience is different. It's just it hits way different.
I just want to point out that I think that's the first time in all these shows that somebody else has brought up Blackstone before I did.
Oh, that's good. Well,
you're the Blackstone guy.
Before I answer Ryan's question, hold on one second, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen,
minutes.
we are
5
at
minutes.
we are at 54 minutes. If you are on Thursday Night Barbecue Chat's Instagram feed, I wish you would please move over to Facebook or YouTube, because at 1 hour, the Instagram feed will shut itself off. Why? We have no
Done.
idea. But today was the first time we've actually warned anybody, so that you weren't in the middle of an answering, some like, Ty answering a question.
You got
and just
5 minutes to fix it.
I don't know how to fix it. Nobody knows how. I think it's a new
Right.
Instagram thing. It's a new Instagram page. So I have a feeling that it's
Gotcha.
not grandfathered in like the other ones or something,
We
or
have
it doesn't have enough.
Barbecue Blackstone and Beer, and It's All About the Barbecue. When we stream to those two Instagrams, there we go. Like mine will still continue to go, but
Yeah,
the new
but for
Thursday
some
Night
reason-
Barbecue Chat Instagram at 1
Just
hour
doesn't go.
pops up a message here, disconnected.
Disconnected.
That sucks.
That's it.
So anyway, so you have 5 minutes. All right. Anyway, so yes, Ryan, somebody else did mention Blackstone today, but I can
did
say Blackstone is first, I think, to get into the big commercial
Yeah.
backyard
Yeah.
market, but I know they are probably not going to be the last. I do think open fire is going to be a big thing. I have a feeling that open fire will take a little bit longer up here in the north to catch on, because I don't think people understand it. I know there's a couple, from looking around on Facebook, I know there's a couple live fire classes that are coming out.
I did
here
a
in the
live fire
Chicago-
class a couple months ago down here. I got a nice spot that we can host classes at. And
Yeah.
I think we had 23 people that signed up for it. And because I do a lot with the butcher shop, I'm always, selling meat with people, and the open fire's taken off down here. But we're in the Southwest, and open fire, like Santa Maria's, have always been kind of big, and we've got a lot of
Right.
Hispanic culture, which is always cooking open fire type stuff too. I just think like it getting into the mainstream barbecue world, and the way Instagram and all TikTok and all that, it's just kind of
Yeah, I think especially as you start getting it into, like I said, I think Memphis in May is just the first. I'm assuming that there's going to be a open fire meetup then at the American Royal, and there's going to be, I think it's just a whole thing that barbecue itself needs to.
It's going to be like bull
Needs to partner
riders and bareback horse riders. That's what it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Something like
Right.
that. It's the same thing. It's just a little different.
Yeah,
We're all going out there doing the same dumb shit. We're just burning meat.
A couple 100 pounds different, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ryan. What would you rather do on that? Would you rather ride a bull, or would you rather ride a horse?
I'd be bull all day.
I'm going neither.
I I'd probably have to, neither one of them I'd be on long. But I'd have to say,
I want the biggest, ugliest bull you got. It's going to be bad either way.
One that's just snarling at you with a snarl.
I want it nasty.
I'm kind of leaning towards the buck and bronco there instead of the bull, but
It's a little more
I guess you're right. No, I don't know. I guess, your chances of survival, I guess, but it doesn't matter. I guess if you're going to get kicked by one, you're getting kicked by the other, you're dead either way. So, I guess you're not talking, you got no teeth left, whatever way it's going to be.
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you think, Ryan?
I think it's going to keep exploding right now with the path it's on and everything that's going down right now. I think it's going to keep going that direction.
Do you know John Mann? Do you know AK Barbecue Man, John Mann?
I don't.
Oh, he's got a long beard like you. So
We does hang out together then, because like my butcher buddy, he's got a long beard too, and we walk around and we get ZZ
there
Top
he is.
talks. There it is. I like it.
Yeah.
We get ZZ Top comments like every 10 seconds. I told him in Houston, every 10 times somebody says it, we got to take a shot.
Well, he does. I've been trying to get. He's from Alaska, and so he does every year. He does the Great Alaskan Cook-Off, or Yak-Off, I guess as they call it, when everybody's got to cook yak. But I had always come up with this competition, and I'm trying to get somebody to work with him to actually sponsor it. But it would be to work with it. But it would be to do a barbecue competition 1 week. up on a glacier in Alaska, and then the next week or 2 weeks later, you would do the Key West Invitational. So basically, you go from one end of the country to the other end of the country, and you have winners of both, and then you also have the people that participated in both. Then there would be the transcontinental champion, and there would be
fun.
So I'm trying to get someone to do you could make it an open fire event, I guess, and do an open because that would probably be the easiest. Because I don't know, that's the only other problem with doing like a full fledged barbecue competition.
It would be cool. It would be cool to give somebody a backpack with like the bare essentials, and everybody have to go cook on rocks and stuff like that. I think that'd be cool.
I thought it would be. It would have to be like an open fire because you'd have to be able to move this equipment from one side of the from obviously
That's what I say.
Alaska down to
Dude,
US.
just give people a little chunk of expanded metal to throw on some rocks or something. Go start a fire up on the mountainside and cook. That's the cool thing, and that's like what I think Al has done a great job of is showing how simple open fire can be.
Yeah, basically, like Al was saying when he was on the show. It's the way. It's not that open fire is new. It's the way everybody was cooking.
It's the most archaic way.
Most thousands of years. It's just that we've gotten so used to having cookers and smokers and gas grills and pellet grills and this stuff that people have forgotten that like what when he was on, we were talking about had just done a video where they were cooking on a ranch or something, and they just went over to the wire fence that surrounded the ranch and they built a fire around the fence,
tied
and
up
they're hanging the meat on the fence. Yeah, so it was kind of
it's awesome.
You can do it anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of like all the little gadgets and all the little remote thermometers and all the little like. I hate looking at a piece of meat that's got 5 wires pulling out of it. Like somebody, it's just not my thing.
Like it just got out of surgery, you know? It's got it's
trying to bring it back to life.
I wish I still had that picture of the hot dog there. I think it was from Fred from Over Kitchens. They were giving a hard time about putting a temp probe on a hot dog.
But it's gotten that like you go to like Home Depot or something and walk through the barbecue aisle, and it's like, holy shit! Look at all these little gadgets and stuff that they've come out with. It's crazy.
But I get it. I guess. When the guys are going for $50,000 or whatever it is, and they want to know the graphs and what the temp of each part of the pig is when they're cooking the whole hog.
They can still go for $50,000 if you don't require all that shit too, though.
I know, and it would get it back to the way where cooks were actually cooks and had to go out there and temp it and all this. Yeah. Anyway.
That's what you should do.
I think that's the way to do it. That's what I like.
No gadgets.
Yeah.
What was it?
Have a competition like that with no gadgets.
No gadgets, yeah. And that would
no blowers in the side of the drums.
They should give you a stack of wood, some charcoal, like a grate to put over the fire, and some cinder blocks.
Well, see, you could. Well, that's it. You could do it like. You could take it like SCA and just take it to the next level. SCA provides all the meat so that everybody's picking from the same meat source.
Right.
You just go and say, okay, here's your competition. You get to your site, and like you said, here's what you're cooking on. Here's your cinder blocks. Here's your grate. Here's your stuff to build your fire. Everybody's got to cook it the exact same way, and no gadgets. And then here's what you're cooking today. You're cooking a goat or whatever it is, and everybody has to just figure it out. That would be interesting.
I think that'd be cool. That'd be cool to have a pile of like rabbits, pile of goats, pile of pigs. Like, here you go. It's the 3-day fest. Here's what you get. Here's like 3-4 bags of big charcoal. Here's a pallet of wood. Do your thing.
Sounds like have all everything live though. Like you got to run out there and catch it.
That would be even cooler. Give you a bow and arrow. That
sounded like a scene from Burning Man or something like that.
I asked that dude with that Oryx. I said, "Can I please go kill that thing?" Because I built the grill, I built all the accessories, I built everything, and I told him I've built everything from the ground up. The last final step is I just need to kill it. And I wanted to go out with the knife and kill it, but can't always win.
Can't always win. Well, Ryan, what do you think? We're at an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, great conversation, good stuff.
Great conversation.
Wish you guys the best at the Oxfest.
Thank you.
If my mom would have just held off a month and moved a month later, I would have been out there. But she's moving in this month.
You can move stuff around and come on out. I'll have a ticket for you.
There you go, Ryan.
All you can eat, VIP.
Oh,
I wish I could. I go on a cruise in 2 weeks and then come home and go on a cruise another month after that.
First world problems, Ryan.
I know, isn't it rough? I don't know. My wife sent me a picture while we're out here talking about the airports possibly shutting down now. I'm like, great.
Good. Well, that happens. Things like that happen. We don't need airports. Drive, Ryan. You can drive.
Ride a bike.
Then you can stop at the Buc-ee's.
Hey, we're gonna have a Buc-ee's in June. June is the grand opening for our Buc-ee's.
Nice.
Is it in Surprise or was it that?
It's in Goodyear. I think Randy Meat Church he's coming out to the grand opening.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the first one in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd like Randy Pauly's job. I'd like to just go to all the Buc-ee's.
Those Buc-ee's are something else, man. I did the Honda one and drove out and back, and then I did the Houston one out and back, and I got to leave on Wednesday to Louisiana, Lake Charles, and back. So I've been putting some miles in Texas, and looking forward to Buc-ee's.
What is the one in Louisiana and Lake Charles? That's not the Hogs for a Cause is New Orleans. That's something different.
It's at the Golden Nugget Casino. It's Rum Revival or something, I think it's called. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm just going out cooking a whole hog.
Any open fire events close to us sounds like.
I don't even know if this is actually an open fire event. I'm going out with Fireball, so. I know we're doing our theme is pineapples, rum, and pork. So I'm going to do the whole hog, and we're going to have a rice bowl with pork on it and pineapple and a glaze.
Is the pineapple going to be up or is it going to be upside down?
So pineapple. When we were in Houston at the fair, they had this big carved out pineapple. And literally the week before I went out to Houston, I was just making some dinner here, and my buddy brought me back some Maui pineapple.
Yeah.
And so I sliced it up and put it on the grill, and I did a bunch of chicken thighs marinated in. This stuff works really good as a marinade too. So I marinated it in it, and then I put it on, and I diced it all up and did a rice bowl with that and the diced up the pineapple, and then I added some teriyaki to my sauce and made a glaze. And it was awesome. So when her and I were talking about what we were going to cook, we were talking about the pineapple bowl, but we got to do 400 servings in boats. So it's just going to be a scoop of rice, the pulled pork, the pineapple, the glaze on it. And we got to make the glaze is going to have the rum. We've got a sponsor that's doing our rum for it. So it's going to be it'll be interesting. It's going to be a fun one though. And it's at the Golden Nugget Casino.
Well, Ty, before we go, put up all your different sauces so everybody that wants to see that, because you got your regular, that's the mustard.
And then we got the mustard sauce. You can see it, the little spotlights on the turd in a spotlight, and then we got the spicy, not the best spicy. This might hurt a little, and then we got the original, not the best. But it's pretty damn good, it says.
Yeah, so get over there.
And the return policy is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Because I warned you, and you bought it anyway. So.
I warned you, and you bought it anyway. Yeah. So let's get over to Fat Ox Barbecue and get yourself some of the sauce and give it a try. And then if you have time and you're in the area get out there on April 18th and go to Fat Ox Fest or follow Fat Ox Barbecue on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll see a heck of a lot of it.
It's going to be it's going to be a busy few months for sure. So the Instagram is going to be really cool. We got a lot of traveling and cooking to do, so
Nice.
it's going to be fun.
I'm excited to see video of all that. So
Yeah, Ty, thanks for coming on, man. Wish you the best.
Yeah.
And good luck at the competition, and hope everything
Thank you.
goes well.
yeah, absolutely. Thanks for jumping on at such a
Yeah.
quick nose. I
No,
literally
Appreciate you guys.
literally asked him yesterday at I don't know what time Ryan I responded to.
It was early.
It was really early in the morning.
I'm always in.
Yeah, so I thank you very much for doing that. We'll have to have you back on again later in the year or so or
Absolutely.
whatever, and maybe as we get
We
closer
get
to
a
Hondo.
recap of the Oxfest.
Yeah, give a recap.
Oxfest is going to be a blast, and literally, like, that's the 18th, and then it's about 2.5, 3 weeks later is Memphis and May that open fire. So it's going to be I go Lake Charles, back here for April, and then back out to Memphis, and then come back, and then I think I'm going to do a California event in June. So
Well, I may reach out. I got something possibly for May 14th which is the Thursday of Memphis and May, and if not, if that falls through, I may reach out to you. Maybe you can we can do a little
Recap.
something in the evening and do a recap, and then maybe just kind of walk around the grounds or something. But we'll see. I got another iron in the fire for that, but we'll see if that
no worries, man.
works or not.
Just let me know.
So, but yeah, Ty, thanks very much for
Cool.
coming on again,
Yes,
especially in such short
absolutely.
notice.
No worries. Thank you, guys.
Yep. See
You
ya.
guys take care.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Ty from Fat Ox Barbecue. Get over there and get yourself some of his sauce and follow his Instagram and all that other good stuff. Another great show, Ryan. Even Richard said great show. He was so mesmerized he didn't even talk that much this time. Ryan's mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. Why am I mad at you?
I don't know. You just look like you're mad.
No.
I'd be mad at me. I'd be mad at me if I was the co-host. I'd be mad at me too.
Oh, Donnie enjoyed the show.
Yeah. I need another great show. And like I said, it was great that he filled in on such a short notice. I have been watching some of his videos. Obviously because I got hooked on the Fat Ox Fest because it kind of was like, what the heck's a Fat Ox Fest? And it was pretty cool.
And you know what? One more time, just for good times. Pork balls.
Hey, you start with it, you might as well end with it.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Hey,
all right, everybody.
I'm going to say, look, I'm proud. We got all of our sponsors in there, and we got our notification out there that Instagram.
Yeah, that Instagram was ending. I was kind of impressed that we hit.
I was ready. I was getting ready to say it, but you took over. So.
Well, I just wanted, because I know we were getting, and the sad part is I think it didn't ruin the vibe of the whole because we were getting into like some really fun stuff, and then I was like, no, I got to tell somebody because somebody's going to start. All right, so next week we have I'd have to say he's a newcomer to things. We are going to follow him on Instagram if you can. Uncle Bob's Barbecue is going to be on the show next week, hopefully. And then the week after that, Ryan will be gone, so definitely show up. And we're going to have Dave Williamson, comic and barbecue personality, will be on the show April 2nd. So I still have to find a co-host for that. So we'll have to see who we can come up with for co-host for that. But see what I can pull out of my hat. Maybe I'll ask Stale Cracker.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
He probably doesn't. I mean, how could you not remember being the 100th guest on Thursday Night BBQ Chat?
That is true.
Anyway. All right. So that's what we got. Uncle Bob's Barbecue next week. Join us. And as we were talking about early, Thursday is the best night for barbecue shows. You got Old School with Mark and Ashley at 6 p.m. and then follow us here on Thursday Night BBQ Chat. Please come and join us. Share us out. Follow us. Comments and questions make the show just run so much more fun because then it's like you don't have to listen to us ask questions. I don't know where our good friend Happy Pappy Pepper Company is, but he's not. We didn't see it's 2 weeks in a row. But thinking of you, Happy Pappy. There you are, right there. There he is, Happy Pappy. And then up here is Mark and Toby, Matt and Toby. So, first time watching. There he is. Sofember Barbecue. First time watching, guys. Awesome show. Thanks for joining in. I saw you on Instagram. Thanks for popping over to YouTube.
Mark and Ashley, yes.
Mark and Ashley. That is Mark Lambert and Ashley Hansen. So if you look up on, I think they might be on Facebook. They might be on YouTube as well. It is called Old School with Mark and Ashley. It's kind of they do a different type of show. I mean, well, it's kind of the same, but they do it from the Sweet Swine of Mine warehouse down in Mississippi there. And at Mark owns Sweet Swine of Mine. That's his competition team. Mark is I want to say 7-time world champion competition guy. He's won Memphis and made pork 4 or 5 times, I think. And actually just a great guy. And Ashley is a great guy too. I met him at the shed this year. I've been following his stuff with them on Old School, and Ashley's a pretty cool guy. I got to actually see him in person for once. So Old School with Mark and Ashley, and then head on over here to Thursday Night Barbecue Chat. Everybody have a great evening. Ryan, thanks for being on the show.
Glad I could be here.
Couldn't do it without you. I'm already sweating April 2nd because I got to figure out how to do there might be no sponsors. There might not be any entry video. Nothing.
The intro is automatic. It's already there. I got to change it back, though, because that one's terrible. All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you later.
Wow. Did you hear what Ryan just said about my – all right, anybody. My computer's about ready to die, which I don't know why.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.